You know that wendigo thing you saw? Apparently that's similar to the Islamic jinn. It is depicted. I did know that, actually. Yeah, it is. It's very similar to the jinn. It's like, I'll describe it real quick, whatever. I had sleep paralysis when I was in college, and I had my girlfriend under my arm, and like we had just passed out in bed, like reading on our phones or something. And I woke up and I realized that I couldn't move. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is that sleep paralysis thing we learned about. And then all of a sudden I started feeling like negative energy. And I was even aware, though, that like that was described a lot by people who had sleep paralysis, because we learned about it in my psych class that year, and or the preceding year maybe. And then I saw this thing like looking into the bedroom from the door, and like I was like yelling at it, and I was like, "Who's there? Who's there?" And it was like didn't answer me, and then it just like snuck over to like the edge of the bed and like crept down, and I was like. It almost looked like the aliens on Signs, but not. It was like, if you Google, do you want to see what it was? I'll just show you what it was. And if you think that this was just a hallucination, then that's fine. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but I'm just saying this was my experience. And then we'll end it on this, because I was really good, and then somebody brought up wendigos, and like, here we go. Here. This is what I saw. Exactly that, by the way. Not this one with like the horns. It was like this. Frickin' scariest moment of my entire life. To this day, most frightening moment of my entire life. Whether it was real or not, it doesn't matter. Like, it was the most frightening moment of my life. And I then I realized that it was either me or it, basically, and like I had nothing to fight back with, but I was just like, I have to just fight because it's going to kill me anyways. So like I really felt it was real. Like, I mean, it was as real as any other experience that I've ever had. And the positions of everything in the room was the same. The position of my girlfriend was the same, and I was like, I was like, babe, wake up. And she was like, woke up, and then she was like, what? And I was like, someone's here. She was like, what? And I was like, I saw this thing crouched it moved to the front of the bed, and I was just like, she just is screaming, and I think we're just dead. Like, I'm like, I don't know what this thing is. I'm not superstitious at all at the time, and I don't even think I'm superstitious now. You can think I'm superstitious for believing in God, but I think that you are not. You're very confused if you don't. But this is not God either, though, so it is different. But wendigos are not necessarily, at least from, I can't tell you, at least right now, they're a logical inevitability. I can't tell you God is a logical inevitability. But I thought I was going to die. I literally thought I was going to die. And I just rushed this thing. I was like, I got to make a stand. And I yelled like William fucking Wallace. And I was like, ah! And I just charged this fucking thing. And and as soon as we were right about to bash heads, and it charged me too, right as we were about to bash, I was right back, and I had my arm around my girlfriend. And I was like, I jumped a bit, and she woke up, and she was like, what? And I was like, looked around the room, everything was exactly the same. It was like we rewound time. It wasn't even like I was in a different place and everything was different. Everything was exactly the same. It was just like we rewound time. And I just looked at her, and I looked around the room, and I realized I could move, because I couldn't move in the start of this, but then in this experience, whatever it was, I could move. That's when I rushed it, I could move. But like when I woke up or rewound time or whatever the hell happened, I have no idea. I was like, I had my arm around her, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, I just had a horrible dream. And she was like, what was it about? And I'm like, I'm not even going to tell you, because you're not going to be able to sleep. Yeah. And that was it. I literally just chalked it up to a hallucination, and never thought about it again until Will Witt from PragerU was like, you know what a wendigo is? And I Googled it, and I was like, holy crap. Anyways, that's my end of the night story, so that you all can sleep well. Like I said, you can believe that it was just a hallucination. That's fine. I don't know. But I can tell you it felt as real as anything. And I could actually make choices in it. And I can also... I'm proud of myself for charging it, you know, not just like cowering in the corner. But, you know, regardless of whether or not it was real or just a hallucination, the story is true. That would be creepy. It was so far beyond creepy, Chris. I can't... It was the scariest moment of my life. And I saw my brother fall off. The only other moment that comes close is like I saw my brother fall off a very tall wall when we were little kids. We had a competition of who could walk along the wall the farthest. And it got higher and higher as you go. And he was probably 5. I was probably 6 or 7. He fell off. And I watched him fall. And he was okay. Actually claimed an angel caught him when we found him, and he had like no injuries other than like scrapes, and he fell almost 20 feet onto rock, and he claimed somebody caught him. So that, I guess, ties that into like demons and angels. Who knows? But there's certainly levels of existence that are on frequencies that are not the visible light spectrum. And like DMT, everybody describes the same thing, and people who trip together seem to like see the same thing together. It's like they're clearly seeing something real. It's like you changed your frequency and you're just tapping into another frequency. It's like that radio station is always playing, but whether or not you can hear it is dependent upon your frequency. Maybe that's true of like wendigos. I had an experience just like that. I was paralyzed and everything, and then I woke up. When I woke up, it scratched me across the face, and then I woke up again for real. And there was this weird, barely visible sparkling circle on the wall. Honestly, dude, I don't disbelieve you at all. I totally believe you. I can't not believe you. So, that's scary. That's very scary. I know how scary that is because I had that happen. So, and guys, if you believe that DMT lets you see, what do they call them on like Joe Rogan? The machine elves. If you believe that machine elves are real, don't doubt wendigos. Anyways, God bless, guys, and yeah, that could have been horrible. Maybe God protects us. Even if that's real, God protects us. Like, fear is due to you only looking at things subjectively, not objectively. So, if you look at the big picture and you're looking at it from the right perspective, the perspective of Sentient Singularity Theory, like, God, there's nothing to fear but God. I will end it on that. This was an awesome stream. Even the final random story was good. I definitely loved it. This was my favorite stream. Anybody who wants to contribute to this project, clippings, even if it's me talking about a wendigo, put it up somewhere. And tell me that you did it, and I will make sure to add you to the list to be included on, being part of projects before they become public. Just as if you are donating to my Patreon, which if you want to do that instead, or in addition, I would also be greatly grateful. And that is linked in the description of this video and also on my website, sentientsingularity.com. Please subscribe to my email list because they will eventually ban me on here because I will talk about things that out of context are going to seem controversial instead, which in reality are beautiful and affirming of everybody's meaning, actually. But good luck convincing the Washington Post. So, anyways, good night, guys, and thanks again for tuning in. God bless, and, stand up to wendigos. Peace.